precious woman.
Oh, today's woman
Is a glorious woman.
Today's woman
Is a righteous woman.
Oh, today's woman
Is a prayerful woman.
Today's woman
Is a virtuous woman.
Today's woman
Is a beautiful woman.
Today's woman.
Hey, 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 hey. It's Twilight moment. Yeah. It's exciting to be here. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wow. You got to share this link. We're going to talk about senses. Somebody says sense and smell and sensations. It's going to be the place to be. This is going to be your destination. It's going to be aromatic, delicious, tantalizing. I am smelling so good if I say so myself. Because we're about to talk about things that deal with that. Somebody said olfactory nerve, right? The sense of smell, right? It's going to be powerful. And so call a friend to call a friend and kindly share our link. Those of our people who watch us on YouTube, we appreciate you. Go ahead and share our link also. And also, if you've not subscribed to us, go ahead and subscribe to us, please, so that every single time we post something, you get an alert. And so we're about to have a good time. This is the one time you want to have your spouse with you. Because, you got to ask them some questions about smells and scents and flavors and aromas, right? So it's going to be wow. It's going to be good. And I'm coming really, I've gone from the medical perspective to the traditional perspective to the, old, things that people do to smell good. So I'm so excited about tonight. And thank you. We have so many people who are celebrating birthdays. It's a special birthday, for today here in the USA, and also special special birthdays. Okay, so as we go along, we're going to wish people happy birthday. Happy. It's going to say bless you. God bless you. We're going to say God bless you. We're going to say, prosperity and favor to all our birthday boys. So today here in the USA is the birthday of the national herd. Apostle Achimamuaka, it's your birthday. Happy blessed birthday. We ask for God's favor, God's goodness, and God's grace upon your life. And yesterday was one of our today's women finest, more Debbie Eggman. It was your birthday. Happy blessed birthday. We love both of you. So again, we'll continue to wish you happy blessed birthday as we go along. Say hi, say hello. Let us know where you're watching us from. Sometimes you have people who say, look, we are on there. We are sorry if we don't see you, but we appreciate you being here. Smell. The sense of smell. We've been talking about the 5 senses, and today again we're here to deal with the 5 senses. We are progressing, right? We have done 3 of them, and today, so we have done the sense of sight, we've done the sense of hearing, and today's the 3rd smell. We're about to do it smell. So that's the 3rd sense, right? And so it's going to be powerful, and I'm so excited already. So share our link, share this to your friends on WhatsApp, on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are, and let us have a good time. So thank you for being here, and I appreciate you. All right. So and this is one particular, science that we're about to do that I spent so much in the book of Sons of Solomon. I'm like, look, Sons of Solomon is a place to be, because every single time I read it, I was like, wow, this is enough. I was like, Pastor, come. Did you know this was in the Bible? So Sons of Solomon doesn't, cease to wow me every single time I've gone there. I've always been so amazed, and so I'm so excited that today that's going to be our focus. Take 1 minute, please, and share our link to your people, to your friends, and let us have a good time. I'm trying to do that even as I go along, and so thank you to all our people who are here. I am very grateful, and I will cease to let you know that I do appreciate that. So please, somebody said share it and share it and share it, and I'm sharing it and sharing it. And Twilight, what we do is to say it's busy out there. There's so much we're doing, but this is the night time. We do Christian jazz, so this is Christian jazz. It's not our production, but we appreciate them for allowing us to use it. Just get your arms around your spouse if they are with you. If you are by yourself, look, enjoy it, and let's dance a little bit. Awesome. The sense of smell, right? And so, as always, we will try to define what we are talking about, and then we'll give you our fun quiz, which you ask your spouse. So, the first question for you: do you have an excellent sense of smell? We do have, an absence of smell. Someone said an mimosa, right? Where people who do not smell right, they don't have a good sense of smell. It's a condition. Sometimes the causes could be due to age, right? People who are aging can have that kind of condition. Also, it could be, as a result of a damage or injury. So we do have things that can hinder your sense of smell. But the first question is, do you have an excellent sense of smell? Somebody said, look, yes, I do. I can smell anything from a mile. That is the first question. And the question is, how does an alluring smell impact your intimate life, right? So a good smell, so it's a circular smell, a delicious smell, how does it enhance that intimacy? And name three things that produce a delicious scent. Tell it to your spouse, those are good questions. We want to know, quiz them if they're there and ask them. But do you know things? So the goal is for you to know that there are things that can impact your smell, where you can have an odor that is not very, good. Somebody said a natural smell, we don't want it. A bad odor, we don't want it. So do you know the things that enhance? Learn the positive, right? Then you can learn to run away and fight the negative. So that is the question. Do you know the things that give you a great sense of smell? And then also, how do you react when a bad smell finds its way on the bed? I hope not. But do we have spouses who are going through the motion of the day? They are so exhausted. They are so tired. They are like, look, I'm not going to go ahead and take a shower. And they are coming to your bed, which is supposed to be a certain kind of sanctuary. How are you going to handle it? I know someone is just like to say, please. Please, 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 please. You can't come into the Holy of Holies without the purification, right? You know how the priest would have to make sure they are standing right before they go into the Holy of Holies, right? So yes, so it's your bedroom considered a sanctuary? It's the question. And how do you prepare and respect that sanctuary? And then also, how do you, after that, and then we ask the question, are you honest with your spouse when they smell not so romantic? So we are saying, it's in our local language, it's I should be beating. It's a sting. What a spike. Ouch. What an obnoxious smell. So how do you react? Are you kind about it? Are you nice about it? Are you bold, to say, honey, we got to do something here. So those are fun questions, and I hope that, you have, a way of tackling it. But the sense of smell or olfaction is the special sense. It's that sense that helps us to perceive smells. We are able to perceive odors. We are able to see that something smells good or it doesn't smell so good and stuff like that. Physically, that is what it is. But also there is also, spiritual sense of smell, right? Where you can smell danger before it gets close to you, or you can smell good news before it gets to you, right? Say, I smell something fishy. It's like, whoa, why are we using something fishy to, speak about things that are not all that right? So that is where, we are going with that. So this is today's Woman. We want you to keep your comments coming. Of course, we are hoping it's going to be only good comments. We don't want any comments that will not help us. But if you have any idea of what we are sharing, go ahead and, send us your questions and your remarks, and we would appreciate it. Awesome. And whilst you're at it, go ahead and call a friend to call a friend. So we appreciate all of you for being here. Okay, we're going to look at our scriptures for the day. And I was so excited about the scriptures, and I hope you're going to be also excited about the scriptures too. And then, of course, we'll go to our mnemonics for the day, as we always do. So in the book of Ruth, chapter 3, verse 3-4, which is the NIV, it says, now do as I tell you. So there's the mentor and mentee relationship here. And she's like, look, I'm about to give you some very good secrets when it comes to smell. We're going to, look at that, and take some clues from it. She says, do as I tell you. This NIV of Ruth chapter 3, verse 3-4. Take a bath and put on perfume and dress in your nicest clothes. Then go to the threshing floor, but don't let Boaz see you until he has finished eating and drinking. Be sure to notice where he lies down. Then go and uncover his feet and lie down there. He will tell you what to do. So I find this scripture to be very, 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 and I have to say very, very, very interesting, right? Because it's saying that go and, he will tell you what to do. And we know that, the Boaz was the kinsman redeemer. And so she was going to go ask him to cover her with his cloak, right? But listen to the secret ingredients and preparations. It says, take a bath. Wash yourself, cleanse yourself, right? Make sure that you are looking your very best because she said, take a bath. It's not enough just to take a bath. Perfume yourself. So they said, I have perfumed. You have to emphasize the word. And then dress in your best clothing. There are secrets over here. And we'll go deeper into, them. I'll just go ahead and read the scriptures and we'll do our mnemonics and try to combine the scriptures and get some lessons from that. From there, you go to the book of the Sons of Solomon, chapter 4, 13 to 14, which is the NLT. And I was like, whoa, are these things in the Bible? And I was like, hey, where is the prophet? Okay. So the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 4, 13 to 14, NLT says, your thighs. Some other places, they're talking about guarding. I don't know what NLT, what they were saying. Like, did I see the word thigh? Really? Mysteries. So I was like, hey, mysteries. Mysteries are somewhere else. Your thighs shelter a paradise. Did I hear paradisi? We have a song we used to sing, paradisi. Of pomegranates. And I was looking at them like, look, they're very expensive, right? And if you have, one time I was looking at this organic pomegranate shoes, and it was very expensive. I was like, wow, look at the items that are being pulled over there with rare spices, not just ordinary. I was wondering, is it the kind of spices the Queen of Sheba brought all the way from Egypt? Rare spices. Henna and nard. Those of you who are familiar with some of the Eastern cultures and stuff like that, and even in Ghana, they are certain, religions and groups of tribes that we use the henna. That's what, we used to call lele. If you're familiar with it, they use it to do some art, so sort of tattoo, body tattoos and stuff like that. So they use it's in the Bible also. And verse 4 is a nard and saffron, fragrant calamus and cinnamon, with all the trees of frankincense, myrrh, and aloes, and every other lovely spice. So it's just beautiful looking at the combination of things. And can you imagine where it's like you gotta go into Songs of Solomon? This you don't have to take from me, you gotta read it for them. It says, your thigh shelter a paradise. So in her thigh is all these things that we have listed. Very expensive spices. These are where they are located. Wow. I wonder the fragrance and the aroma that is exuding from that premises. Then the question is, what are you sheltering? What are you sheltering over there? Mercy, mercy. We pray for wisdom, right? So then you go to the book of Esther, chapter 2:12. Again, NLT says, before each young woman was taken to the king's bed, and look at, before they would go to the king's bed, she was given the prescribed 12 months. This is, again, the New Living Translation, beauty treatments. 6 months with oil of myrrh. I do have frankincense, around me. I might even get ready to even show it to you. Followed by 6 months with special perfumes and ointments. And then you come to Songs of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 6. NIV says, who is this sweeping in from the wilderness like a cloud of smoke? Who is it? Fragrant with myrrh and frankincense and every kind of spice. So as the person is coming, this is the fragrance that exuding from their body. So it tells you it's very important. Announce your presence. And the final scripture is Proverbs chapter 7, 16 to 18, CSV. It says, the sheets on my bed. The background to the scripture is the Bible describes the woman who's unfaithful, that adulterous married woman who is seeking to ensnare a young person. So we know that her background is not good, but I want us to get some lessons from the preparations that she'll go into. And she said, the sheets on my bed are bright colored. Remember we talked about sight, right? So she's saying, look, the sheets are very attractive. They're bright colored. And she says they are cloth from Egypt. Egyptian cotton, right? Expensive and very good textured and stuff like that. She's like, look, I didn't do it on a cheap basis. It's very expensive cotton, very bright, beautiful to the sight. And verse 7 says, and I've covered it with perfume. It's powerful. Made of myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Let's go there and make love all night. So yes, the woman is not so right, but look at all the preparations that she's putting into it for the invitation. And that's where we are going with tonight. When it comes to the sense of smell, it's a lot of work, but we'll do the work because it's for our own benefit, right? Even before you begin to think about your spouse, and you feel good when you have a good smell. So do it to enjoy it yourself, and then do it also because there's somebody else who will enjoy it with you. So either way, you win. Awesome. Thank you if you are just joined us. This is today's Woman Twilight. It's another Thursday, and it's Twilight Movement. The views express our own personal views. Innovation performance that the collective view of the Church of Pentecost. Salute to all our today's Woman team. They're saying, salute to you. My dearest husband, salute to you, and all our people who are constantly with us. We appreciate you. So let's look at the mnemonics for the day, and then we're going to progress. If you have any questions, feel free to have it. So today we are looking at the smell, right? The first S, we are using it to share for scent. The scent, right? The feeling that which was just saturating the environment, right? We're looking at the message. Is the smell speaking a language? What is the language? Is there an essence to it, right? Those of you who like to bake with the essence, that's all these flavors that we used to bake, bacon essence, all these flavors, pineapple essence, banana essence, all these flavors, almond essence, and you can name more and more. Is the smell lovely? Is the scent lovely, or is this obnoxious? Right? And then when I think of smell, I'm thinking of lavender. It's very easy to find, and so it's one of those things that's like at least basic. Just let's do lavender if you can't even deal with a lot of scents. So let's go into them individually and begin to talk. All right. So when it comes to smell, right, and scent, we said it is the ability to perceive when something's good. So when we say the scent, we are saying as a woman, and I want to emphasize women because if you look at our anatomy, right, women, when you look at our genital area, again, the views express our own personal view, no way, shape, or form. We have the internal genitalia and the external genitalia, right? We have what women will call the vulva, right? Labia, minora, majora, the clitoris, and then before you get to the big V, right, which is somebody would say the Her Holiness. That's how I'm gonna call it. Her Royal Holiness. If you like, Her Royal Honey Holiness, however you want to call her, before you get to her. So we do believe that, from science, that the vag, the big V, has the natural mechanism that cleanses her. However, naturally, the woman is moist, down there. And so the scent that is coming over there, is it savory scent? Does it smell good? Is it like a spice, right? Songs of Solomon again. Songs of Solomon 4:13-4 it says, your thighs are sheltering, paradise of smells spicy, and those good spice smells, right? There's some spices that smell good. Nutmeg, it smells good. It's right. So when you think about spice, this is something that we can tolerate over there, right? Salt, right? Salt is sweet, it's delicious, it's seasoned, it's preserved. So I'm using this as an imagery for you to say, do you know how you smell down there? Is the question I'm asking. Scent, your natural scent as a woman down there. Are you familiar with the natural scent? How are you going to describe it? Oh, savory, wow. Are you going to say, I have a little bit of spice down there? A little bit of salt, right? That means preserving. Is it smoky? That is a different degree of mountain, smoky mountain. I told you I'm here to have fun and I'm enjoying this episode, right? Or are you going to say it's a sweet smell? Be familiar with your female part. It's a very important part. Treat her with royalty is where we are going over there. So know your natural, smell, because over there, there's a good pH balance, the mechanism God created himself to take care of the natural scent over there. But if you're very familiar with your natural scent, and if you know how to describe it, I'm like, we don't want anything fishy. Over there, I'll take a spicy smell. I'll take a sweet aromatic smell. Some of the flowers, and stuff like that. I'll take a smoky smell, but anything obnoxious, no. So be familiar with your smell. smell, so that if something is out of work, you will know to do something about it. So that is where we're going with that. All right. And then SM, message. What is the message you are sending across? Royalty, her royal holiness. For me, I treat her as a royal, right? And royals, get the best treatment, right? So what is your message? Are you treating your female parts are very important? They deserve the attention. They deserve the best. They deserve the care. What is the mission statement? It's a mission. Look, it's a big deal out there. What is the mission statement? It's like sweet smell forever. That is the mission statement. Do not have to the nose. No, I should be reading right there, right? The mission statement is sweetness. Salivating aromatic, condition down there. So what is the mission statement? What is your ministry, right? Ministry is an assignment, an agenda. And so are you particular with over there? It's a gift. Right, we as women want to celebrate our womanhood. To me, it's a privilege to be a woman. Yes, women go through, childbirth and stuff like that, but we are the only ones who are able to own it, own it and treat it, because everybody will come to knock before you come to the royal palace. So understand it, and there are holy rituals when it comes to the treatment of the female vag area, right, the genital area. What are your rituals, right? For instance, women go through menses. After your menses, what are your rituals? Daily rituals in the morning before you go to bed. What are your rituals, right? So how do you treat her? Are we going to say her royal holiness, right? So how do you treat her? So have something that is unique to you that shows that you're very particular about this gift that God has given you and you're taking good care of. So message, what are you communicating? I cherish what I've got. I'm going to take good care of it. And by all means, mission sweet smell forever. Awesome. And then we keep on going. So we've done S, we've done M. E is your essence, right? Talked about vanilla essence, banana essence, pineapple essence, almond essence. People who bake, why do they put these in there? To give it a good flavor and a good smell. And so once it comes to the essence, it's got to be unique to you, right? But this is one thing that I want to say: avoid repugnant, repellent odors. And how do we do that? It's for you to know as a woman that that place is naturally moist, right? Typically, you don't get air to go over there, right? So what are you going to do to make sure the essence of the place stays, authentic? If you claim Smoky Mountain, flavor over there, how are you going to make sure it's authentic? If you are spice, right? Nutmeg, cinnamon, I don't know, choose your pick. How are you going to maintain the authentic nature of that spice? It's got to be your essence. Be unique about it and maintain your status quo. Embrace essential oils, right? Look at what we read in the scripture about Esther. And then there are things in the Bible that we don't have to joke with. The book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 12 says, NLT, before each woman was taken to the king's bed. So there's no confusion about why they were going through that. For you to spend, whether one night or whatever, before the king's bed, 12 months. Because the thing has to seep into your pores. So it's going to take a consistent habit to have a good smell, right? To do the working and get the good results. So for 12 months, they were given the prescribed 12 months of beauty treatment. So take time. Sometimes where are we here? Hey, are we here? Let me emphasize for you, it's very important, right? 6 months of myrrh, right? And myrrh, we know that these are aromatic, essential oils. You might need a carrier oil because sometimes if you do not do it right, it can be irritating to your skin and stuff like that. But most of these aromatic, companies sometimes come up and mix it up for us. You don't need so much. Today I was I'll do a consultation with Mama Debbie. Happy blessed birthday, Mama Debbie. Mama Debbie's very knowledgeable about essential oils and stuff like that. And I was comparing, getting some tidbits from her. So you can get all of that just to sweeten, the spot, sweeten the flavor, so that, for instance, if we were to taste, we have, those pleasure points or junior zones. If we were to taste it, what would be the flavor, right? So 12 months for the king's pleasure, That's how much preparation that had to go into it. So frankincense and all of that. All right. So we're going to move on and we did the essence, right? So you're going to skip orders. You're going to avoid things that will give you orders. And then lovely. Would we describe? Oh, wow. What a lovely smell. Is that jasmine smell? Wow. If you know your flowers, right? Is that rosemary? Yeah, personally, rosemary. Shout out to you. Our rosemary's, you already, your name even says it. And there's so many, beautiful things that are out there. So lovely. Is it alluring, like charming, inviting again? Is it delicious? So yes, hey, come here, describe human beings as delicious. Trust me, yes, you can. So I'm gonna pause and take comments because I see comments are flowing so that so thank you. This is today's Woman Twilight. We say it as it is, right? And so thank you for being here. If you have any question, let us have it. If you have any aromatic oils that you're using, go ahead and let's have it. But thank you again for those who are here. So I see Auntie Helen. Oh, hi, my gift. You're looking fabulous as ever. Thank you so much and God bless you. I'm glad you're here. And if you're here, please share our link and let it. And Auntie Vida says wash hands. Absolutely, for you to keep the bacteria out there, because as females, right, we have the normal flora over there that is healthy for us. If you introduce any bacteria over there or fungal things over there, that can create vaginal vaginal infections and stuff like that. And we don't want any tearing, like nails too. Some of us we love to do our nails. You got to be very careful, because if you bring any abrasions over there, so that's why we say be careful scrubbing so hard, because that place is very delicate, right? So yes, you are right. You got to keep the hygiene going. Auntie Vida, Mrs. Apple, God bless you for being here. Auntie Maggie M, it's good to see you. Hello, Fassie, good to see you. Look amazing. Oh, thank you, and I appreciate you always spending the time with me. Please share the link and let it be a blessing. Subscribe to us on YouTube. All right, drum roll to the prof, Elder Sergeant Professor. Gary Ketia is in the house, and he says, babe, perfume, and dress. Very powerful secrets, right? I'm wondering, he's a kinsman redeemer, right? She's going to go say, look, this is the tradition. I want to ask if you could cover me with your clothes. And, a mother says, I know, this is where in our local dialect is the onim form, right? She knows and she knows and she knows. She says, look, make sure you bathe. I'm sure she showed her what kind of soap to use, right? There are soaps that will give you that lingering effect, right? They come with moisturizers that make you feel good, stuff like that. She's like, perfume yourself, perfume that is very welcoming and inviting, and she said, wear your best clothes. So it's not always that you don't have to do some work. You got to do the work, but when you get the results, you're gonna enjoy it. So do it for yourself first, and do it to enjoy it with your spouse. God bless you. God bless you. And also the prof, yes, Elder Professor Sajid Kwame, only husband to Lady D. And he says, Crom, good shelter attracts and bad shelter serves. Hey, Prof, what are you saying in code? Absolutely. Attraction and repulsion. These things really, are both ways. So we got to work on it. So God bless you. The process, scriptures all round concerning life here on earth and the one to come. The best book to read is the Bible, right? If you want a book to read and you need a book to read, the best book to read is the Bible. It's a song that we were taught in Sunday school. God bless you, Prof, for reminding me of that. And Prof said, aside from the favor of God on Esther, she has 6 months diploma in myrrh. You're right, Prof. Very smelling. And another 6 months in purification and other romantic fragrances. Absolutely. So she's coming prepared, ready to win, just to appear before the king's bed. And it wasn't guaranteed whether you will repeat again, because the king had a lot of options. What about us? This is it, right? Once and once only. 1 + 1 = 1. We got to do the work. Who said we are Christians so we can't do the work? It's in the Bible. Esther did it. And we all will do it. Yeah, we will do it. God bless you, sir. All right. And I see Auntie Anido, and she's clapping hands. God bless you. So many other people I see on here. First Lady Sandra Wusu, God bless you for being here. Drum roll to Reverend Fidelis Graham Mensa, District Minister in charge of Kansas. Love to First Lady Natasha, and special love to the little one and all the kids. God bless you for being here. Also, Mrs. Sandra Kumi Bruce Mills, it's good to see you on here. Much love and God bless you for being here. Deaconess Deborah Besson, God bless you for all you do. It's good to see you here. Drum roll and drum roll and drum roll again to our Mama Margaret Asemno. Mommy, God bless you for spending the time. Our love to Apostle. And also First Lady Felicia Dominion Stonefields is here. God bless you for being here. If you're on here, say hi, say hello. Our people on YouTube. I have so many people say they join on YouTube and want to salute you. If we can't see you, we still appreciate that you are on there with us. So thank you and God bless you. All right. So let's, somebody said we're going to break it apart and talk about some things. All right. So the sense of smell, the ability to perceive smell, know that this smells so good, right? This flavor is good and stuff like that. So let's look at the things that we do to ensure that we have a good smell for Her Royal Highness, right? We don't want any bad odor and stuff like that. So for women, bathing, right? Make sure that you're taking a good bath. Someone says, hey, do we teach how to bath? Yes, we have to, right? Because we have to do that. So lavender is a good aromatic. You can diffuse it in a diffuser. It's after you've taken a good bath. L for lavender, you can, put it in original zones, pressure points. You can put it on there, and you can add a drop of lavender oil, even with your natural, moisturizer they use and all that. We are not physicians, right? So whatever it is that we are telling you, it's up to your own discretion and consult your physician. But this based on what we know. So lavender is the perfume you're talking about. Know that we do have day perfume and we have night perfume. And so be careful and stuff like that. And then lavender also, we are using it to speak about the harmony, right? The sense of happiness that exudes, the protection, the devotion. It smells so good. It looks so beautiful and stuff like that. So it's very common. You can have it in a diffuser again. More Debbie, God bless you. We're talking about, these things today. And some of these essential oils have a way of calming and stuff like that. So Esther will spend 6 months on both sides. So that is where we're going. So a good bath is good, and then make sure that you are doing good perfume, right? And also good body moisturizer. And think about this: if you're a person who likes to go to Bath and Body Works, right? They do have sales, so we are not trying to break your bank or anything of that sort. But think about these opportunities where somebody's smelling. So as for me, I'm a natural person. You're smelling all shea butter, nothing to it. And then somebody's smelling like cotton candy. Oh, they're smelling like jasmine. Which one would you like, right? So you can get a good moisturizer. You can get a body spray, since somebody says sprouse yourself a little bit, and then the erogenous points and zones, right, a little bit. So traditionally, when you're talking about the bath, right, our traditional people, they know a whole lot when it comes to making sure as a female you don't have a bad smell. They use things like lime, right? Cut the lime into two, put a little bit of ash on it, and you try not to have Her Royal Holiness. You don't want her to be too bushy. And so for people who say I can't handle wax, there's no need for you to go through all that pain. You can trim it a little bit, and even the trimming, you can be a little bit creative, right? And then just put, before you go and take a shower, if you can handle the lime. Because once again, we are saying she has her natural pH. So we are talking about the external part of it. We're not going to put any lime inside, right? So that's why we said we have the vulva. That's what we are talking about. The labia minora, labia majora. We're talking about the clitoris, the outer layer. You don't want to go deep inside. So you put a little bit where the pubic hair is, and allow it to sit for a little bit, and you wash it off, and just to give it a fresh scent. For those who don't want to go through all that problem, we have pH balancing feminine washes. You have to be very careful and read the, ingredients to make sure there's nothing that is irritating to your skin. That is a good way to do. And interestingly, Mama Debbie, again, thank you so much and God bless you. And also, I had to call Auntie Doris, Miss Dee Patashi, PRWC. I had to call. I said, there's some word that I heard, and I want to make sure I'm saying it right, and that is ayalo. I'm clapping for myself. Woo! Ayalo is clay. We got to go back to the basics and our roots, because there are so many facial masks that are made from clay, and our traditional people knew what to do with it. They would do the clay. These older women who, for us in college, they will come, they are selling herbs and stuff like that. These are some of the things that they tell you they are selling. At that point, we didn't need it, but they do the ayalo, the clay mask. Some people add some herbs to it, and then before you shower, you put it all there, maybe let's say for 30 minutes, allow it to sit and absorb the odors that you don't want over there, and then you wash it off natural. And then some people would use coconut oil, shea butter just to moisturize it. Well, now we don't have to battle with all of that, but it's good to know that for people who are saying, look, I can't afford the feminine cleanse and stuff like that, if you're in Ghana, ayalo is easy to get, right? The white clay, it smells so good, and they had different ones. What the pregnant women sometimes would do it, right? Pica, but no, you can use it, and then they had the other one, and that one is when the green one that they used it as rituals, right? It also smelled good, and so these are some of the things that the old women did. Also, cloves. They will soak it in water and drink it, so that if there's any problem internally, it will take care of it. So these spices, these herbs, they do help us. And I know some people who try to wash it with the cloves. Again, use your discretion, consult your physician. But these are some of the things that are available that women use to wash, to make sure that place, is not, giving off any bad odors that you can't handle. So we talk about cloves, we talk about lime, we talk about ash, we talk about the clay, and also after the menstrual cycle, growing up, those of you who are familiar with Dettol, right? It's a sort of a disinfectant. So you have to be very careful with rinsing it, because you don't want to introduce it to the vag, right? And then also, again, watch your nails, right? Because you don't want to introduce any infectious agents over there to disturb the natural bacteria that is over there. And again, we are saying that watch the panties that you wear. Cotton is your best friend, 100% cotton, because you want to be able to allow the place to breathe, right? So watch out for, sometimes we want fashion, but these days they're doing good. Even the cotton underwear is a little bit fashionable. But if you must wear any other underwear, at least make sure what is the best way to say, the crouch area. The views express our own personal views. What shape or form is that the collective view of the church of Pentecost, because at that point, G-strings may have their own occasions, but they can be abrasive and introduce stuff over there. So you might want to minimize it. For so many religions, right? The women were told when they were going to marry not to wear any panties at night, because you want the place to breathe. That place naturally has a lot of moisture. If you are going throughout the day, it's so heat, there's moisture, and so breathe. Allow her to be. Let her royal honey holiness breathe a bit. For those of you who when somebody's coming in and out, if you're not going anywhere, allow her to breathe. Air her out. Let her breathe. It also helps you not to keep the odors there. Some people use panty liners. To me, the rule of thumb would be watch out so that you don't get anything that is not, you could do hypoallergenic, but do not keep it on for so long. Change it. If you're going to use menstrual pads, you need to change them also quite often to ensure that, you are not, keeping the odors staying in there. So this is, some of the things that we can do, to make sure that Her Royal Highness it's not dealing with any bad odor. So breathable fabric, cotton, it helps you, excess moisture in the place, sweat, So let's look at this. So even from our armpits to women under your breasts. You can take a good shower, but if you keep on repeating all these things for so long without washing them, you can still have an odor. And hi, and shout out to my dear friend, Mrs. Linda Boateng, right? Mrs. Linda Boateng is my knowledgeable friend. So, of course, I did consultation with her also. And she was telling me carbolic soap. Those of you who know carbolic soap, right? Mrs. Linda White was telling me that, growing up, their mom would make sure that they use that to wash their clothes and stuff like that to make sure that, you don't keep an odor. So if you feel like there's somebody around you and they have a strong odor, carbolic soap will do it. So we are looking at scents and smell. What about the hair? Especially women, right? We are always on the go and you want to do your hair and be free and just keep going. However, there's a rule of thumb. Too much heat in the air. And we asked the question, our friend Chris, will your spouse feel comfortable to tell you if it smells not good? All these things are pleasure killers. Repugnant smell, it will kill the fire. And so you can wash your hair. Nowadays, they have, the hair wash that you don't even have to rinse, right? There for you. You can use it. Don't keep your hair on for so long. Look, 1 whole year of treatment with ointments and oil and flavors just to go to the king. So you deserve also to treat yourself good. So don't keep that hair for so long and your husband or your wife is running away because of smells and they can't tell. So carbolic, so wash your intimate apparel quite often, change them quite often. If you watch out for tampons, right, they might leave something there. A lot of people do peri bath, they do a cis bath, but I will tell you this very interesting thing. I came across, in school, when you do, clinicals and stuff like that, in home health, I came across this very elderly woman. And if you were to help her take a bath, it took forever because just showering her body was not a problem. But when it got to Her Royal Holiness, she would take forever. So I was like, I can mention her. I was like, Miss, whatever. She said, look, girl, this old woman here has given me a lot of mileage. I have to treat her. And she would take her time as old as she was in her 80s, but you were not going to rush her when it comes to treating her female genital area, right? So take the time to treat. So one recommendation, do not use the same towel, right, that you used to dry yourself to go down there. Treat her like the royalty that she is, right? There's no need to be scrubbing so hard. That place is very delicate. Oh, shout out to Mrs. Linda Boateng. I see you on there. Much love to you. And thank you so much for the great consultation, especially tell me about the clothes. I appreciate that. And Auntie Janet Amayali, much love and greetings to Deacon Daniel. I see also drum roll for our former National Women's Ministry leader, Deaconess Elizabeth Athaquake. God bless you for being here. And my dearest husband, what does he say? Let's take some comments. It's Twilight Moment. Yeah. The views expressed are all personal view. In no shape or form is the collective view of the Church of Pentecost, right? So we want to keep the smell fresh, sumptuous, delish, smelling good. My dearest husband said, Shea butter, is that Ikuto? Yeah, Ikuto. If we're going to go into the great things that Ikuto can do, you'll be amazed, right? And so for those of you who want the natural, you can dip it a little drop of essential oils just to bring the aroma, right? Make it a little bit appetizing is the word I want. And my dear son said, Ayala, is that the gala? You had to go there, right? You had to go there. Yeah, so you go to your facials and they're doing clay mask. Look how people knew it already. You put it on there, give it time to sit a little bit and wash it. You yourself, you feel good. The moisture, will be absorbed a bit. Awesome. And my daughter said, pleasure killer, holiness unto the Lord. What about his royal holiness? I didn't include it. Yes, of course. We will get to the men. But I mean, you've asked it, so I'll go ahead and tackle it. Look, I think naturally women spend so much time in preparations, and we want to speak to our men, the image and the glory of God, that there's no reason you have to be too bushy. Forest forested, too forested. You can trim it neat, right? You can be creative with the trim also, and make sure you wash it very good. The men also have a strong smell, so a good, wash, some good, woody smell, and all these great body washes. You can take good care of the place, and as a man also, you can allow the place to breathe. There's no reason to wear too tight. Avoid too tight, boxes and stuff like that, because you need air over there also. And you have some religions that, as long as you're a male or a female, once you use the urinal, or you go, what we call number one, number two, number one, you would use water to wash it. They were onto something. They don't want to keep any smells down there. So yes, the men, you got to do that. You asked me about the men. Make sure you shower morning and afternoon, because men may have strong smell. You can put a little bit of ash and take care of the armpit. And as a rule of thumb, right, for the bedroom, you got to brush in the morning and brush in the night. Because what about if we want to do something at night? We don't want to deal with any microbial smells. Miss Linda Boateng, hi. So brush in the morning, brush at night, so that we don't have to worry about, somebody said, as for me, I don't like kisses. It's because the flavor didn't yet. That's why they are running away. So brush a little bit and, spice up the romance and stuff like that. So we can do that. A little mouthwash will help. And, as a couple, you could go, perfume shopping, go to Victoria's Secret, go wherever you feel comfortable. And, oh, wow, yeah, ask them which one is a day and night perfume. And, for those who want, a bit right under the ear, right? We're looking at the zones a little bit right here, and a little bit here, stuff, those, places that you can play around to, make it appetizing and stuff like that, a little bit in the calf area, stuff like that. And so if you use a good body cream, you're already exuding a great smell. Somebody said you are looking succulent. So cool, something like that already. So it makes it very easy and it makes it fun. Let's read some of the comments and we'll continue. The prof, I'm so loving it that you are here. What's here? Now say, Prof, what be? Prof says, no, please, whenever Her Royal Highness is mentioned, there should be a bow. Of course, we salute and we bow. Great way. I bow to Awesome. Thank you so much, Prof, for showing that we have to treat the place with respect. So true. So yes, you gotta treat and do it for yourself. His Royal Holiness, right? His right. So there's a difference. The male is His Royal Holiness, but the woman is Her Royal Honey Holiness. You gotta add the honey to it. That thing is too much honeycious. You gotta add the accolade to her. Yes. And oh, great. Auntie Gracie from Port, it's good to see you here. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate you so much. God bless you. Good morning from Dansuan. Good morning. I'm glad that you spent the time to see us. God bless you. Drum wrote to Mrs. Linda Boateng. She said, absolutely. Brushing and bathing twice is very necessary, right? Because, we, the women, we are bathing and we are wearing all these lingeries, and you, as a male, you got to join in, right? So she said it. You bathe and you brush. The men can also use a good cologne, a good aftershave. As a woman, you can gift him a good PJ, a good boxer shorts to keep the flavor. They are flavor killers, romance killers. The smell will kill the mood. So we got to keep it going. This is Linda Boateng. Much love and God bless you for being here. All right. Yes. And Mrs. Linda Boateng says, especially before going to bed, right? I read the scripture and I was telling them that the Bible was talking to us about the amorous woman, right? That woman who doesn't have a good agenda. But one thing she did that we can learn from her, she said, is the book of Proverbs chapter 7, 16 to 18, the CSB. She said, the sheets of my bed are bright colored cloth from Egypt. 17, and I have covered it with perfume made of myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. And verse 18 said, let's go there and make love all night. So you were right. Before coming to bed, don't come with no ceremony. This is a sanctuary. Her Royal Holiness is who you are coming to. You gotta do something. And Mrs. Linda Watson says, God bless you. God bless you too. Appreciate you for spending the time here. It's been wonderful. So, we are saying take a good shower. If you need essential oils, get it. Make sure that it's going good with you. Avoid very tight, underwear. Cotton will breathe, and if you are not going anywhere at night, allow it to breathe. There's no need to wear anything over there if you can handle it. We are also saying that the place naturally has its own mechanism. So, watch out how you go about it. But Dettol, Ayalo, for those who love clay, watch what you wear and drink a lot of water to flush the toxins, right? And a good thing to do, those of you who are married after intimacy, it will be good to urinate. You can flush certain things to wash the place and keep the place clean. You can do baby wipes if you can handle it, right? Those of you who need hypoallergenic baby wipes, they can help you. The idea is less sleeping dogs lie. If there's no problem, don't go introducing anything there. But if there's a problem, be honest about it. So we advise the men, we advise the women, if your spouse has a problem, unless you suffer from adiposa, where you cannot smell, you have to find a wise way of telling them. And if you must douche, those of you who are douching, you better get advice from your medical personnel, because you don't want to also flash out, bacteria that are good for you. But, you can use clean towels. Again, don't share your towels and don't use the same towel, to clean over there. We don't want to introduce our friendly environment. Don't mess up with that pH that is there. Deodorize, and make sure that you are eating foods that spice and give the place a good smell. And for me, somebody told me pineapple. I was like, oh, I already love pineapples. And there are some foods, that have strong odor that can also affect the flavor of the place. So you need to know. I was told in some part of the world, I don't want to mention them, they are very careful about fish. They have a terminology for it because it gives them a certain smell over there. Bottom line is practice good hygiene. Drink a lot of water. Practice good genitalia. Husbands, be faithful. Wives, be faithful, because STDs are also real. And so make sure that you avoid those things and all of that. So flavor generating foods are welcome. Odor creating foods are out of the door. We want to smell good. We talked about it, and God willingness, we will continue. We look at the two other senses. So once again, happy birthday to the national head of the Church of Pentecost, COP USA, Apostle Michael Marco. We are sure that Mama Sheila Marco has given Apostle a very fabulous time. More grace and more blessings. And also at the same time, it was also Mama Debbie Engman's birthday. Mama Debbie Engman, God bless you. We love you so much. God bless you. God bless you. If you have any questions, let's have it. Mama Debbie Engman in Canada, that's the regional head and wife of North York, Toronto, Canada. Is your birthday. She's one of our today's women finders. Mommy, we love you. We appreciate you all. And God bless you all for spending the time with us. Thank you. We share prayer. Father God, I want to thank you. Even in Exodus, we see what these aromatherapy oils are doing. We see even the wise men, when they came to Jesus, they came with myrrh, they came with frankincense. There's a mystery. Queen of Sheba, when she was coming, she came with spices. You've given us herbs, you've given us spices, you've given us all these natural things so that we'll beautify, we'll spice things up. You've given us knowledge, you've given us water free of charge, to use it to cleanse ourselves. We pray that we use it with wisdom from Esther's experience and from every account in the Bible. Perfumes and aromatherapeutic oils, essential oils are for our good. We pray for marriages, and we pray for individuals that we will even do it for our own enjoyment and for the enjoyment of the marriage. If there's any marriage that is struggling, may you intervene and bless our people. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. I see Auntie Helen Brody says, God bless you. Thank you all to all our people who are on here. For those of you we couldn't acknowledge, pardon us, thank you. Share the link and let it be a blessing. have a pleasant night. And again, if your spouse is on there, approach them and say, how would you describe my sex? Everybody has a unique sex. Your spouse should have your scent, I mean, smoky, yeah, spicy, yeah, sweet, yeah, flavorful, whatever your scent is. It's got to be good. I just listen. Thank you so much, God. Amen. All right. Have a pleasant night. We love you. Bye.
Today's woman
Is a precious woman.
Oh, today's woman.
Is a glorious